be praying.
Okay. So, like, do you ever get that feeling when playing a game where so far everything was amazing and great and all that shit, but then something happens and kind of ruins it for you? Yeah, well, that is what I felt when I was playing the 2016 hit game Inside, or more appropriately pronounced Inside, by developers Playdead Abs? What? Inside is a puzzle platform adventure game released June 29th for the Xbox One, July 7th for Windows, and August 23rd for PS4 in the year of 2016. Inside's developer, Playdead, are well known for their critically acclaimed indie game Limbo, released back in 2010. You know, 2010. The year Estonia became a member of the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. We all remember that, right? The game was announced back in Microsoft's 2014 E3 conference and was a big surprise for people, with IGN's Lucy O'Brien calling it proof of Microsoft's much-needed commitment to indie development. Yeah. Too bad it seems to be their only commitment now. However, it was delayed, and eventually, in E3 2016, a final release date was revealed for Inside, making it probably one of the biggest announcements of Microsoft's presentation. You know, other than the amazing Xbox Live features like clubs, looking for groups, and arena. Inside was released to universal acclaim as well, some calling it Super Limbo, and I would agree. Playdead's definitely upped their game since 2010. Now, for this first bit, I'm not going to spoil anything. And I will make sure to warn you when we get to the spoilers, because trust me, the surprise this game holds for you, although it ruined the game for me, is worth finding out by yourself. Whatever you think it is, you're f***ing wrong, so just go play the goddamn game. Unless you already played it. Then you're cheating. Asshole. So go on. Go. Go play the game. Go get it. I'll wait. I'm right here. I got all the time. Just go. Get out. If there is one thing you have noticed so far, it's the art style, which is unique in this world of ultra-realistic or ultra-cartoony graphics. How they got this was by making a temporal anti-aliasing filter for the engine they use, which is, by the way, Unity. Yeah, Unity. The engine you f***s take as the ugly indie game engine. I believed in it since day one. I liked it before it became popular. They titled it Temporal Reprojection, and I love it. Something I've never seen before, and mixed with the animation that they worked hard on, created a beautifully crafted and polished game. And due to this game being 2.5D, they had to work on depth, which they did amazing work on. Which leads me to talk about something I noticed more than most, the utterly incredible eye for detail they had for this. Background elements, foreground elements, animations, audio, just everything has this amount of detail most AAA games don't. An example would be the protagonist himself. If he goes up to a window, he puts his hand against the glass. There's a guy in the background near the beginning who just randomly puts his hand against a device as he walks by it. That kind of detail. It's unnecessary, but I appreciate it so much. And you probably noticed that the characters are faceless. It's a fantastic touch in multiple ways. First, no need to animate faces, and thus more time working on other aspects. Second, it allows us to project our feelings onto the protagonist. Third, it keeps the tone dark, because if they had a face, it probably would have been hard to take things that seriously. And this game rocks tone like no other, with the aesthetics and the atmosphere, as well as the many, many deaths. It's easy to tell that Inside is a dark story. Of them all, the atmosphere keeps us intrigued, frightened, and curious of what is to come next. And of course, atmosphere isn't complete without good sound design. And Inside had magnificent sound design. From what I've read, the music was created by routing sound through a human skull, creating a bone-conducting sound. And it's just different. The puzzles of this game are well made, maybe even more than that. These puzzles are full of interesting mechanics that keep the eyebrows raising. They are easy to solve, but still seem difficult, and make you feel like you accomplished something, as well as being varied. Nothing is the same, and they will have you either go, this is clever, or this is f***ed up. Usually. Now, you've probably been thinking, Freelance, you began this review talking about how it was disappointing. Yes, I did, because we are moving on to the story. This is where I will warn you. We are about to get into spoilers. If you haven't played this game yet, stop the video here and come back when you finished it. If you want my final thoughts, go to this time. Alright, here we go. This is the story for Inside. You play as a young boy who seems to be hunted after by men in the woods.
He then infiltrates a facility where they train mind-controlled slaves. Then, after escaping
A sweet embrace of death.
multiple times, he steals a submarine to get down deeper, seeing a whole bunch of crazy shit. Then, he finally makes it to the main facility where everyone is watching something, and you have to get
Inside.
to find out what it is, since you're such a short piece of shit. And what you find is...
A literal human piece of shit. Like, remember when I told you that whatever you thought the ending was, you're wrong? Well, I was f***ing right now, wasn't I? No one could predict this! Absolutely no one could play the whole game, get to the ending, and just say, knew it. Who the f*** even thought of this? There are some f***ed up people at Play Dead Abs, because this is just f***ing... Whoa. Whoa. What the f*** is this? Anyway, this thing is known as the huddle, and you pull the plugs out of it before it f***ing pulls you in. Okay. Sure. And now, you are the huddle. I guess. Now you are the piece of shit. And you go through the facility, f***ing shit up, murdering the CEO. I mean, it's optional, but you wouldn't know that the first time. And getting help from the workers to get out. But it's all a trick, and they put you in a water tank before sealing you up. Hey, you're able to escape, and you finally get out, rolling down the mountainside before finally halting on the coast, the moon above casting light upon this literal ball sack. And then it ends. Yeah. So. Jesus Christ. Now, there is a secret ending you can only unlock by beating the game the first time. You have to break those orbs you see along the way to unlock it. In it, you go into a bunker under the cornfield, pull a plug, and die, which is pretty much implying that you were being controlled by the huddle as well. Now, I'll admit, playing as the huddle was fun. They also worked very hard on its movement and look, and the fact that they still made you do puzzles was great. But that didn't stop it from ruining the game, and I will explain why. First of all, it ruined the pacing so much. here you are, doing all this shit that gets more tense as you go on, but it still remains slow. And then it just goes balls to the wall near the end and says, "F the speed we were going at, let's just put the pedal to the metal, baby, woohoo!" Second, it completely f***s up the tone and direction the story was going in. For 15/16ths of the game, the tone is dark, disturbing, and depressing. You wonder what the f*** this is all going to build up to. And then once you become the giant piece of skin shit, the tone becomes almost humorous. And then, without much explanation, it just drops you on the ending. Literally. Third, this kinda tells me they didn't know what the f*** to do, because no one makes an idea for the game where the ending is, and then you become a huge testicle and start f***ing things up. It seems to me like they got to the ending, couldn't think of anything interesting to put in the tank, and then just went, "F*** it! Huge ball of skin, let's go!" And let's not forget that this game has an ambiguous ending, which tells us one of two things. First, they actually know the ending, but just want us to make our own interpretations of it, or they are lazy and decided to make the ending completely empty, but hoped we would find it symbolic in some way. Which people did. And to be honest, the ending to Inside just left me disappointed. Not only was it abrupt, but there was nothing to it. It's just a ball sack hanging by the beach, and that's it. Nothing more about the boy, nothing more about the huddle, nothing more about the world. It just ends, like the makers lit up a "now interpret" sign in front of the audience. The ending didn't fulfill anything for me. That's why this game left me disappointed. However, is it bad? Hell no. This game is amazing. It's gotten almost everything right, and was polished beyond belief. It has a distinct art style, disturbing world, dark atmosphere, queer concepts, amazing visuals, some of the smoothest animations, an incredible eye for detail, out of this world sound design, and puzzles that are clever, interesting, as well as easy to solve. Eventually. This game is definitely one meant for the top 10 list, because Playdead worked so hard on it, and it came out great. Now, time to show you my new grading scale. How much would I pay for this game? I would say $8 to $10. Its base price point right now is not reflective of this, so I'd say wait for a good sale. This game is definitely worth buying because the developers make quality games. Hell, you might even enjoy the ending, and if you do, all the power to you. It just left me disappointed. While the destination I came to was nothing I could accept, the journey is one you will definitely remember, and I hope whatever Playdead has next will be just as magnificent. Thanks for watching! Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Furthermore, if you have thoughts you'd like to share, games you'd like me to review, or just something to say, please leave a comment below. Also remember to follow my Twitter to just get updates on like streams or my channel if need be. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Freelance out.